This video is about what's sold when it comes to crafts. That could include craft patterns or craft supplies. I've been very surprised how well craft sales have been going when it comes to selling them on eBay. So throughout this video, I'm going to share with you some of our craft sales. And if you're new to the channel, I'm Vicki. With all that said, let's get started. Sold a cross stitch pattern, Sugar Plum Express, pocket egg, cross stitch eggs. I paid 25 cents for it, and it's sold on offer for $10 plus ship. I just mail it in an envelope, and I've got a piece of cardboard in here so it doesn't bend. Sold another dollhouse furniture kit, Connecticut Tavern table. I have $1 invested in it because I bought a whole lot of them at a church rummage sale, and it's sold on offer for $20 plus ship. I'll wrap it in small bubble wrap and mail it in a small box with some air pillows and probably some paper for packing material. I bought a bunch of books at a thrift store, and I'm so excited to sell my first one. I think it's this one here, number 13. And it's called Little Red in the City. I've already bagged it up, so it's good to go here. What I'm excited about is that I paid only, well, I have 50 cents here, but I paid 49 cents for this book, and it sold on offer for $30 plus ship. I really lucked out that day with a bunch of knitting and weaving books and all kinds of needle crafts. And yeah, I'm pretty happy. Well, 49 cents or 50 cents sold for $30. And I do not mail my books media mail because I'm already having enough trouble with regular mail. So this is going by weight and ground advantage. Yeah, they paid $12 for that. So it's going to Michigan. Rates must have gone up again. Oh goodness. I'm mailing it in a padded envelope, and I might add some cardboard behind it so it doesn't bend. Got some cardboard behind it, and I'm just going to wrap it in some small bubble wrap. I mean, they did pay $30 for this book, and I do want it to arrive safely. So that's what I'm doing, and then a padded envelope. Sold another dollhouse furniture kit. Done very well with these. This one was an open box, so I put some plastic wrap over it. It's a cabriolet Chippendale armchair. For 40027, made it very easy to search. Paid $1 for it when you average out all that we bought at that church sale. It sold on sale for $11.96 plus ship. To mail something like this, I have two options: putting it in a box, but I'm going to do my other method, which is I surround it with some cardboard strips to help reduce the risk of compression here. And I'll fold these corners around and then wrap it in bubble wrap and mail it in a padded envelope with some air pillows. It's a little tricky, but it can be done. I just need to get these two sides folded up first and taped before I do the ends. So when I get to the ends, I just fold in the rest of the flaps as I fold this up and tape it. It's good. Now let's just find a padded envelope. This should work. Put this right here with an air pillow, and we're good. This sells for the Prayer Shawl Ministry Crochet, Knit and Crochet pattern booklet. Typically, I don't pay more than 50 cents to $1 for those. Sold for $14.95 plus ship. I'm just going to, I'll put it in a clear bag and a poly mailer. This sale is for a lot of fasteners. Now, I don't know much about this, but it's some kind of decorative staple bar. Yeah, we found them at the Restore, new in package, and it's a 15 count lot, EK Success Fasteners. We paid $7.50. They sold on sale for $20.97 plus ship. Not a huge profit, but easy to pack. I'll just probably put them back in this thank you bag and mail them in the small box. I put some paper in the bottom of the box, and I just put these in a clear bag, a new bag, and I'll just add some paper on top. We've done very well with the dollhouse furniture that I purchased at a church rummage sale last year. I only have $1 invested in this. It's a 40059, very easy to research. House of Miniatures Queen Anne serving table. Paid $1, as I said, at a church rummage sale. Just really easy to research and list, and it sold for full asking price of $14.95 plus ship. I have a unique way of packaging these so that I can mail them in a padded envelope. I just have little strips of cardboard, corrugated cardboard, and I just bend it around the corners. It doesn't have to go all the way around, and you can if you want to, but as long as most of it's protected. And then I wrap it in the bubble wrap, and that cardboard gives the sides of this box a little bit of support to help prevent crushing. I'll show you when I'm done. I've got two corners taped, and then I'll just fold this in, fold the cardboard pieces in, and then pull this up and tape it. So that's what it looks like with the cardboard wrapped around. I can mail it in a padded envelope, and we do put a do not bend label on the front and back of the padded envelope, but I've had great success with this. This was such a fast sale. It's a counted cross stitch pattern. It's of bears, so I don't think it's anything really special. It's kind of 1980s to me, but teddy bear picnic. And we found this at the Restore, or I should say Mark picked it out at the Restore. So great job, Mark, because we paid $3.95 for it, and it sold for full asking price of $24.95 within a half hour. Amazing. Easy to mail. It's just going in a padded envelope. Sold a Simplicity Disney Princess sewing pattern. It's brand new, uncut, factory fold. Paid 25 cents at our Restore. And it sold for $14.95 plus ship. I will put it in a plastic bag to make sure that it doesn't get wet, and then mail it in a padded envelope. We sold two House of Miniatures kits, one for a Chippendale bench and one for two Chippendale chairs. Each of them sold, we have $1 each invested, so $2. Each one sold for $14.95 plus ship. I'll put these in a plastic bag and mail them in a small box with some bubble wrap. So I've got them in a bag, got our thank you label, some bubble wrap on the bottom. All I have to do is fill in the top with bubble wrap and get it in the mail. Sold a cross stitch pattern in our Avante attic store. It's a Christmas stocking. It's not in very good condition, so it didn't sell for a lot. I probably have 25 cents into it. It sold for $6.95 plus ship. But as I said, it's really not in very good condition. I'll just mail it in a craft envelope. Sold a crochet pattern, mother-daughter capes, very vintage looking. The capes are always in style. It's a Leisure Arts pattern, probably 25 cents into it. Didn't sell for a lot, but it sold for $5.95 plus $5.95 shipping, so $12.26. I'm mailing it in a craft envelope, but guess what? Some of the clerks, well, 4 of them, said I could mail it in this envelope and not have to beef it up to be 3/4 of an inch thick to qualify for Ground Advantage. However, recently I went into the post office and I got the gal who's a stickler, and she told me that I couldn't mail this flat envelope Ground Advantage because it wasn't thick enough or it wasn't stiff enough. It just didn't qualify, and that I might be charged extra or even have to pay priority mail, and I was not happy about that. I explained to her I talked to 4 employees in there. They told me I could do this, but because I don't know if I'm going to get her again, I'm going to add some bubble wrap in the envelope to make it 3/4 of an inch thick. And I do that by adding some bubble wrap. Sold a stamp, little mouse stamp. It's actually Mouse House Gone Fishing. Cute. I have 13 cents into it because I bought a lot of them at our Restore, and it sold on sale for $25.46 plus ship. I'm going to wrap it in small bubble wrap and mail it in a padded envelope. Sold a pattern, Roadrunner quilt pattern from the Desert series by Susan Cranshaw. Not a kit, just a pattern. Paid 99 cents at a thrift store, and it sold on sale for $10.46 plus ship. I'm mailing the pattern in a padded envelope. Sold another House of Miniatures, number 40057, Chippendale fire screen. These are new unopened kits for dollhouse furniture. Paid $1 for it at a church rummage sale when we averaged out all that we bought that day, and we bought quite a few, and it sold for $9.95 plus ship. And then I'm mailing it in a padded envelope with an air pillow to the side. It's good. This sale is for a lot of 2 Sears Kenmore accessories and buttonholer. Well, I guess if I take that off, it might tear that. We bought these at a church rummage sale, paid $2 for the 2, and we still have 2 other ones left. As I said, this is for the buttonholer, and it sold on offer for $40 plus ship. I think I can fit it in this 10 by 8 by 6 box. And it does rattle, and there's nothing I can do about that. I don't have much room for the length, wrapping it in small bubble wrap. And I had to cut a small piece of small to fit on the end here so that I can tape this closed without taping to the item itself. As I said, it's just going to make it, but I do need to fill in around it just a little bit, maybe with some paper, with a little bit of bubble wrap on top, and it should be good. I managed to fit paper all around, and then I'm going to put some bubble wrap on top, as long as I can close it, and I'm good. If you're enjoying this video, I appreciate a thumbs up. Be sure to like and comment, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe. And keep watching, there's more. I'll insert a photo for this 12-count lot of black HB 02199 Prismacolor turquoise barrel drawing lead. Bought these at our Restore, have 50 cents into it, and it sold for $14.95 plus ship. As much as I don't want to use a box for these, they're already rattling in the box, so I am going to mail it in a box. A couple of air pillows, some bubble wrap, the lead. I need a thank you label on there, and then I'll fill in with a couple more air pillows and bubble wrap. Sold a sewing pattern in our Avante attic store, number 6659, new look for kids. Has a little bit of wear from a label, but otherwise it's new uncut, and probably have 25 cents into it. It sold for $4.95. Not a big money maker, but it sold. Sold a sewing pattern, very easy, very vogue, number 8695, 81012. I probably have 25 cents into it, and it sold for $10. I just want to talk about patterns for a minute because it's been a while since I've talked about patterns. This is what I look for. I look for factory fold. That is factory fold. Got a little bend in it, but it's factory fold. I can tell that it's never been opened and refolded. It's never been cut, never been used. And then I always check to make sure that the correct pattern sheet is in here. It says it's 2 pages. It says this is page 1. Let's assume that the back side is page 2. I'm going to check it out here. It's been a while since I looked at this. Yes, this is page 2, the back side, but always make sure that it has the correct instruction sheet and all of the instruction sheets with it, because sometimes these are in different pages, and factory fold. That's the only patterns that I want to buy and resell these days, is factory fold, uncut, unused. To make 100% sure this is not at risk for getting wet, I'm placing it in a clear bag, and I'm using a poly mailer, which I'll fold over it. But my post office, one of the clerks got after me again for my package being too thin to qualify for ground advantage with tracking, so I have to go back to piece of bubble wrap to make it thicker. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if it can fit through this slot, which is about 3/4 of an inch, it's supposed to be first class envelope. It has to be over 3/4 of an inch thick, so that's why I add the bubble wrap. I know some of you get by without it, and I had for a while when I tried it, but it just depends on which clerk I get, because I was called out on it recently. So I'm going back to making this thicker. I just want to say a little bit more about this. Not only the thickness, 3/4 inch thick, if it's bumpy, lumpy, or has cardboard in it so it's too stiff to bend, then it does qualify as a package. In this case, I don't have bubble wrap over the whole thing, but it is lumpy bumpy, so it will be accepted. Will it go through here? I don't know. I need 2 hands. Okay, it stops right there, unless it's forced, so I should be good. Sold 3 patterns. These are folk wear patterns. Number 208, it's Calico Day dress. You can see it's quite old-fashioned looking. 209, walking skirt. Number 220, garden party dress. We found these, well, Mark found them actually at Salvation Army, and little did we know that they have value. We paid only $1 each, so $3 for the 3 patterns, and we accepted an offer of $30 plus ship. Not bad. These are very large patterns. They are new, folded, uncut. I do need to put these in a plastic bag. Make sure they can't get wet during shipping. I forgot to show you, but I put them in a plastic bag and then this padded envelope, so they're good. Sold a 2-count lot of quilting patterns. Yes, there's 2 of them in this bag. The designer is Jerry Kimmel. We have a nice mixed quilt pattern and cats in the patch. I have about 50 cents invested, and the 2 pattern booklets sold for full asking price of $24.95 plus ship. And I'll mail them in a padded envelope. This envelope's a little bit big, but I'll fold it down and tape it. I think it's this one. Spin to Weave, the Weaver's Guide. I've already got it bagged up. I put a little label on the side that I can remove now. Match that up. I just have to get it in a padded envelope and in the mail. Sold a lot of miniature animals, ducks and cows and sheep and a couple of chickens in here. And the lot sold for full asking price of $24.99 plus ship. I'll be using a small box that's 5 by 4 by 2 and some bubble wrap and a padded envelope. I'll get it sealed up and in the mail. Sold another dollhouse furniture kit. This time it's for straight leg Chippendale armchairs. Number 40029, new sealed, bought them at a church rummage sale. Paid $1 and it sold on sale. I had a 15% off sale going on. Sold for $16.96 plus ship. We sold a Vogue sewing pattern, number 8561. New, uncut. Probably paid 25 cents for it, and it sold for $10 plus ship. So this is a Dimensions Crewel embroidery kit featuring a kitty cat, fancy cat. It is an open package. We've taped it shut, and we did take everything out to photograph it. Paid $1.99 at a thrift store, and it sold for full asking price of $24.95 plus ship. Not bad. I have these large padded envelopes. I've had them for years, and it works great for something like this. It also works great for books, and it still weighs under a pound. It's 11.7. I know it's hard to see, 11.7, so 12 ounces. So the shipping on this was only $6.95. I'll get it sealed up and in the mail. Sold some beads, small pack of vintage plastic beads. Not a big money maker, but I was hoping they would buy more than one lot. And I just listed them. They sold right away. Sold for $3 plus $4.95 ship. Back it with cardboard, wrap it in small bubble wrap, and then mail it in a padded envelope. I haven't mentioned it, but I've been listing bead lots in our eBay store under listing with variations, and this sale came from 2 different listings with variations. You can see we have some metal beads, a variety of items here. And I just separated everything into lots. Some of these actually are earrings. Some little vintage findings. So a nice little variety. The buyer purchased 8 lots. We couldn't get both pages to print out for the 8 sales, so I printed this out. The sale came to $38.50 plus ship, of course. And what did we net? We netted $43.19. Not too bad. Not sure if they went to a subscriber of our YouTube channel or just somebody that found the listing. So pretty happy with this sale. I stretch wrapped all the beads onto some cardboard so everything's in place. I'll wrap it in some bubble wrap and then mail it in a padded envelope. If you enjoyed today's video about what's sold when it comes to craft items, craft supplies, or craft patterns, and you'd like to see more reselling videos, not just crafts, but more reselling videos, click here.